Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Delaware Saltwater Rundown. I'm your host, Clark Evans, coming from Old Inlet Bait and Tackle with my co-host,
Brad Clark, and the store dog, Make Man. Come up, say hi, buddy. There he is.
They go. All right, buddy. All right, we're going to jump into the biggest news of the week.
Record striper.
Yes, 52-pounder, just certified as the new Delaware state record. Broke the previous record of 51 pounds, 8 ounces, held by Betty Rosen. Pottstown, PA. She caught that fish back in December of 1978. So that record stood for a long time.
So both were set now in December.
That is an interesting point to make.
Both
I
were
like
set in December.
Yeah, so take note, guys. Good fishing can happen late in the year.
All year round.
All year round, yes. Yeah, the new record was set by Ben Smith of Bryn Mawr, PA. Good customer of Old Inlet and an avid angler. It came in at 51 inches and 30 inches of girth. And curiously enough, he caught the fish at 7 in the morning on Saturday.
Where was he fishing? Do you know?
He was right here across the street by the old Coast Guard station, or the Life Saving Museum as it's known.
I got you. So what kind of bait, what was he using?
He was using fresh bunker bought at Old Inlet Bait and Tackle.
There you go.
Yeah. These guys, interestingly enough, you know, they were on a marathon fishing expedition. A bunch of, I think it was 9 or 10 friends, came down for the weekend to fish. They got here Friday, bought a bunch of bunker, took right off to the beach, and fished. 7 o'clock in the morning, 7:30, I'm not sure of the exact time. He hooks into this moose. So he catches this behemoth fish. Guess what time he came in to weigh it?
12 o'clock.
12 o'clock in the afternoon.
5 hours later.
5 hours later. There's a story behind that. They caught the fish, started celebrating the biggest fish he's ever caught. They put it out on social media, on the internet.
Goes viral.
Viral. Thing was nuts. I saw the picture about 10:30. I alert the crew here at Old Inlet of what's going on. I'm like, there has been an absolute behemoth caught on the beach. Then at about 12 o'clock, Butch comes running in the office. Clark, that big fish is in the parking lot. Man, we just were ecstatic because I wanted to see this thing. Beautiful fish. So we weigh it on our scale, certified scale, 52 pounds even. I look at him, at Ben, I said, Ben, that's an awesome catch. I think you've broken the state record. It needs to beat the old record by, as I understand, 0.5%, which would roughly equate to about 4 ounces.
4 ounces, yeah.
You got to come in at 51.12, 51.13 if you want to win it.
And he was 51.14.
52.
Oh, yeah.
52. Yeah, 52 on the first 2 measures. So I said, do you want to certify this fish? He says, let's give it a try. I had no idea what was getting ready to happen.
So what are the next steps you had to do to make sure this thing got registered as a state record?
I called the 800 number for the state. They sent an environmental protection officer over. He weighed it, 52 pounds again.
Who came down? Do you know?
Corporal Messick.
Oh, there you go.
And I want to give props to Corporal Messick. He was absolutely wonderful in this whole process.
Good.
So we weigh it twice at 52 pounds. He signs off of it. He talks to a biologist. We made sure that it met all the criteria of the state tournament. And the next thing I know, he says, I think we've got a record. It's got to go before the tournament director with the state.
Now, how long does that take? Do you know?
Well, I have to give the state credit. They turned it right around, and it was certified. This thing was caught on a Saturday. This thing was certified by Monday afternoon. Absolutely unbelievable. It's good to see a state agency working there.
Congratulations.
Very
good catch.
Very good. Great catch for him.
All right, well, let's kick it over to Chris. He's down at Indian River Inlet talking to a couple local fishermen.
Hey, Clark and Brad, we're out here at Indian River Inlet with Brian and Mike. How you guys doing tonight? Good? Yeah. How's it going, buddy? What's going on?
A little lake fishing.
Yeah.
Come straight from here.
Right. And anything happy? You got it out of here. Got it out of here. Yeah. Well, what are you planning on using tonight?
I will use my heel.
Okay.
Dead right now. Swimmer's dead. I'll mix it up a little bit. See what happens.
Okay, well, hey, good luck to you guys. All right. And all right, guys, thanks so much. The conditions out here, it's a little bit windy tonight. And there's not a lot of activity going on as far as people out here fishing and stuff tonight, but we'll see what happens. So back over to you, Clark and Brad.
All right. Thanks a lot. a lot, Chris. Now we're going to go to Clark. He's going to give us a little update on the fishing report and next few weeks to come for the fishing forecast.
All right, guys. In the last couple days here at the Indian River Inlet, we've had a magnificent striper bite. Well, magnificent compared to what we've had this fall. This fall has been a little herky-jerky. We had some weather events. We've had warm weather.
Couple major storms.
Yes, exactly. And the fishing has been just passable. But these last couple days, it's fired off. The longliners have just been banging the fish in the back part of the inlet, the front part of the inlet. Again, you got to be there. You got to put in your time. But these guys are catching a lot of little fish. About a week ago, it was 8 to 13 inch fish. It's jumped up. We're now into the 20s, and they're starting to see more keepers every day, longline flies. Now, you want to catch a little bit bigger fish, got to have a boat, got to have live spot left over that were penned up. However you want to do it. There's not many guys right now that are carrying live spot. If you can find them, they're gold. Also live eels, and you can catch a striper in the inlet. There seems to be plenty of them around. Now, there's stripers other places too. Brad, how about filling us in on that?
Yeah, if you want to go up in the bay, you want to hit the Brandywine shoals, you want to hit Irvine shoals, they're trolling bunker spoons, they're trolling tandem mojos, single mojos. Mojo is 32 ounce, 26 ounce, 28 ounce lead head, kind of like a big bucktail. You're hooking that on like a 6-inch swim shad. They're also trolling bunker spoons. That's doing pretty good. The chunk fishing, that's almost done. But you got to look for birds. You got to look for the bait. Also, too, if you don't want to go up into the bay and you're local down to Indian River and you don't want to make that long haul, you can go out and run down inside Fenwick Shoals, outside of Sea Colony. That about 1.5 miles, 2 miles out. That's been the hot spot out there. Still, again, trolling the same thing. Stretch 30, stretch 25s, tandem mojos, single mojos, and bunker spoons.
All right. Well, great report. I want to take it back to the beach here for a minute because that's where that big fish was caught. We had a 17-pounder weighed in just today that caught on the beach on fresh bunker. We're making every effort we can to get fresh bunker in as much as possible. So there's still some fish on the beach, occasional bluefish on the beach, but not many of them. But if you put your time on the beach and you're in the right spot, and I want to tell you something right now, Sandy changed things up. The holes are different. I went out to Conquest the other day. My beloved hole for 6 years is gone. So you need to get out there, you need to scout, go at low tide, and then come back and fish. You fish incoming water in the first part of the outgoing, and you can get yourself a striper if you put your time in, you fish in the right bait. And incidentally, I just want to let you all know, he caught it on fresh bunker using a fish finder rig with a big 9/0 circle hook. That's the way you need to be this time of year, no float.
What's up with this upcoming forecast? I mean, I know the water's still 48 degrees. The weather, I mean, I know currents and stuff have a big part with it. But, you know, let's just say these next couple weeks, you know, next week they're saying that nor'easter's going to be coming in. You know, nor'easters usually bring a little bit warmer water. So that's going to keep the water temperature where we need to be. So what can we look forward to?
Well, if history is any indication, I think what we're looking at here is that fishing is going to be good through the month of January. So don't put your boat up. Be ready. Fishing's going to be good for the next few weeks. We're still 48 degrees. Stripers typically don't stop biting until about 42. Just as an interesting little aside, the reason that they stop biting at that temperature is they have an enzyme in their blood that basically shuts down their metabolism, and they just shut it down for the winter. We have a resident population of male stripers that stick around. Now, if this water stays warm, they may shut down for 3 weeks. 2001 being an indicator, they shut down for 3 weeks, the end of January, the first couple weeks of February, and came right back strong.
Now, I'll cut you off there. I know last year, it pretty much never shut down. We caught fish all year round. I remember last year they predicted that the duck hunting was supposed to be phenomenal because we were supposed to have some record reproduction of ducks. Weather never got here. It stayed,
never iced up.
Yeah, it stayed warm all year round. I mean, we were catching stripers January, February, all the way through March, and then it just rolled right back into springtime.
Yeah, I certainly hope that is the case because that is just good for everybody and good for business and good for the local economy. Another interesting point to bring up is I talked to some gentlemen up at a tackle shop in Brigantine, New Jersey, which is right there east of Atlantic City. They said that fish were still north of them. And a lot of the people in North Jersey aren't fishing right now because their beach is just so torn up from sandy.
Well, I remember you were telling me, the guys you were talking to up there said they were going sea bassing. And they went out, and you said they saw how many acres of stripers?
They said it was a 30-acre school of stripers.
And it's not hard to believe. And, I mean, we've even had reports down here that the 13-mile lump down off of Chickatee is holding stripers. Can't keep them if you're catching them out there. But what's out there with the stripers? Bluefin.
Bluefin tuna.
I mean, you still catching bluefin right now. So.
And they said that there were bluefin tuna in the middle of this big 30-acre school in North Jersey, busting up those stripers.
That's only 13 miles out catching tuna. I mean,
so
can't
we
beat that.
Still have fish to the north of us. This is wonderful. I see another good 6 weeks of fishing, if not more. All right, everyone. We hope you enjoyed this show. We appreciate you watching. We're going to work hard for you to bring this show to you every couple of weeks, every month for right now during the winter time. I'm your host, Clark Evans. It's my co-host,
Brad Clark.
And we want to wish you a happy holidays. And speaking of the holidays...
Yeah. So don't forget to chime in on the Old Inlet Christmas party.
Oh, yeah. If you've never been, it's a bit of a critter fest. December 22nd, which is incidentally the day after the world's supposed to end, according to the Mayans. So if you're still around, you can show up noon to 4, complimentary food and beverages. It's right here in the store, and we have all kinds of venison dishes. You name it, we're going to have a little bit of food and fun. There's going to be door prizes.
Just a little way to say thanks for you coming in all year. We're going to give a little something back, you know.
Yeah, we appreciate our
Big
customers.
Time.
Yes, very much so.
Thank you.
We couldn't do it without you, and thank you. And we hope to have a great 2013, and we hope you will continue to watch this show. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Have a good holiday.
Happy holidays, everybody.